My goal is to become a principal at the elementary or high school level. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to be learning about health and human services provided in schools, and we will take a focus on school counseling. Let's take a brief look at the history behind health and human services. Prior to the 1900s, there were no health services provided to students. In 1902, New York City hired its first school nurse. This set into motion many of the other things that followed, such as the establishment of the first neighborhood health center, the Americans with Disability Act that was later changed to Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA for short, and much more. The student's health was given importance. School was no longer just about academics. What does the program provide to students? Health and Human Services is such an important part of schools. They provide so many services like school nurses, mental health services, and even food services. All these programs are put into place to ensure that students' needs are taken care of so that all they have to worry and focus on is their education. As part of the Health and Human Services, counseling in schools will be our main focus for today. Counseling has become a vital part of effective schooling, especially with the rise of learning disabilities and depression among school-aged children. Professional school counselors, or PSCs for short, are there to provide developmentally appropriate mental health services to all students. They provide students with various services and support so that they can be academically successful in school. What do counselors do for students? Counselors provide many services to students, but it can vary by grade level. In elementary, students may receive weekly guidance lessons. In middle school, they may receive group counseling sessions, and in high school, counselors may provide aid with school preparation. Counselors may also refer students out to other programs like long-term therapy or even provide services to help homelessness. The image demonstrates the various tiers of services that school counselors may provide. For example, in Tier 1, all students may receive a lesson on overbullying. But if we were to go up to Tier 3, the students who were bullied, or the ones who were doing the bullying, may be pulled and spoken to in a small group setting. Who is served by the program, and how do students qualify for the program? Any student can utilize the school counseling program. There doesn't really need to be a specific reason. If they feel like they need to speak to someone, they can always just go to the school counselor. Also, a teacher or a parent referral may be made if it is seen that the student may need the services that the counselor can provide. As well, counselors should always take into consideration their campus needs in order to determine who needs to be served the most. Which teachers and other staff members help to coordinate or support the program? So counselors are going to be the main person who, coordinate and support the program because they're the ones doing the counseling and everything. But teachers also play an important role. Both are very important members of the counseling program. It is essential that they work as a team to ensure that students are receiving the support they need to be successful in school. Here are some mistakes that people may make and how to fix them regarding the program. So the first mistake would be dismissing the students' social emotional needs. Teachers sometimes dismiss their students' social emotional needs and believe they're acting out just because they want to. It is important to look into each student and figure out if their actions are being caused by something deeper. Another mistake would be not giving counselors enough time to provide counseling sessions. Oftentimes, school administrators lack knowledge regarding the school counselor's duties. They tend to assign counselors non-counseling related activities such as lunch duty, discipline, or test administration. Non-school counseling duties take away valuable time from implementing a school counseling program that meets the need of all students. So it's important that we place value on the counselor's time and make sure that they're spending most of their time providing counseling sessions to the students. How will I monitor the program or evaluate the program? As a leader, I will ensure the counselor is given time to teach guidance lessons to all students. I believe that in order to have a successful student, we need to teach all of the student, and that requires social emotional learning as well. I will respect the counseling hours. As I said before, they're super important in order to make sure that the lessons, the counseling is very effective. So number one thing would be to respect those hours and make sure that they're providing effective lessons and counseling to those students. I would also provide the services and trainings that the counselors may need. I will probably evaluate the program yearly to make sure that we're doing things that are working, and if things are not working, what we can do to change that. And the last thing would be to provide support to the counselor and also to collaborate in order to develop campus goals and make sure that our counseling curriculum is meeting the needs of our students. Thank you guys for listening. I hope that you guys learned a little bit more about health and human services in school, and also more about how the counseling program is so important.